Hey everyone, Life Coach Carissa here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am diving into a topic that's super important to me, taking action. I know that I used to be stuck in a cycle of overthinking, always waiting for the perfect moment to start making progress. However, I have learned that the key to growth and success is not waiting for perfection, but taking imperfect action consistently. Okay. Doesn't that feel freeing? Imperfect action. Just take the imperfect action. So, I really want to talk about how you can start unlocking your potential and getting things done. I want you to look around yourself right now. Do you have list sitting around, to-do list? I have little notes everywhere. Um, Maybe they're on your phone, maybe they're on paper, maybe they're on your computer. What kind of relationship do you have with those lists? I like to think about the lists with curiosity. I would venture to guess that rarely are we looking at these to-do lists with positivity and patience and excitement, right? It's probably the opposite. We're looking at them with overwhelm and stress and frustration and impatience. And so then how do we show up to tackle those things? Not our best, right? I'd like you to compare it to a different analogy. If you're married and have a partner, right, and every day you have these negative thoughts and feelings about your partner, how do you think you're going to respond to them when they walk through the door? Not the way you would probably choose to, am I right? The secret is in forming a new relationship with the to-dos in our life because the fact is, as long as we are blessed with life, we will have things to do. So not having things to do means we no longer have this life. Okay, maybe that was like way too heavy of a concept. But what if we could transform the relationship we have with our to-dos in our life? How could that benefit us? Now, if you're already feeling overwhelmed and weighed down by the chaos of everyday life, I want you to know that you are not alone. As a mom and a business owner, I have faced my fair share of challenges and obstacles. I understand how it feels to have the big dreams and goals for yourself, but struggle to take the action because of all the chaos that's happening in your life. I remember one phase of my life, I had like multiple huge chaotic events happening. Okay. I was juggling multiple responsibilities and dealing with all this self-doubt, and I was feeling stuck and in a rut. And I just want you to know it's okay. If that's where you are, it's okay. All right. This information is here for you, but it's not about adding more pressure or expectation. Instead, I just want you to acknowledge where you are right now and take small steps to move forward, even if it's just a tiny bit at a time of that imperfect action that I was talking about. Because I've been there and I know that sometimes we can focus on taking action, and sometimes before we can do that, we need to address the things that are holding us back. So if you're ready to start making progress, but you're feeling that overwhelm, know that this is a safe space for you to explore what's getting in the way and find the courage to take that first step forward. That is all. So first off, like, why is taking action so important? Well, think about it this way. If we never take action, we'll never achieve our goals. We'll be stuck in the same place year after year, wondering why nothing ever changes, right? And that's where resentment and frustration with our life begins to build. But when we start taking small steps towards our goals, even if they're imperfect or scary, we can start to see a little progress. And that progress is what keeps us motivated and moving forward. So, how do we break free from the cycle of overthinking, right? We can't just take this brain off and reset it. One strategy that's been really incredibly helpful for me is creating these small, bite sized, repeatable habits. It's inspired by this book that I read this year called Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. And instead of trying to tackle huge tasks all at once, it really gets you to focus on taking small, consistent actions every day. This might mean spending just 5 minutes working on a project, or writing one paragraph of that book I've been meaning to write, or taking a 10-minute walk. These tiny little actions might not seem like much, but they add up over time and they create tremendous momentum. Because I'll be honest, taking action did not come naturally to me. For many years, I struggled with feeling inadequate and a fear of failure. Perfection and overthinking were a big part of my life. But everything changed when I started working with a business coach. Even earlier this year, she helped me see that I have already been taking so much action in many areas of my life, even when I wasn't seeing it. So I also want to mention, by acknowledging and celebrating your small little victories, you will be able to build confidence and momentum. So, I just want to give you a few tips for how you can start taking action in your life that were inspired from that book. I mean, here are a few simple, practical things that can get you started. Start small, break down the goal into a smaller, manageable task. Number two, create a routine. Set aside a dedicated time each day to work on that goal, that task, right? Number three, stay accountable. Share your goals with a friend or a mentor who can help keep you on track. And then number four, celebrate your progress. I never did this. I didn't know how to celebrate. I wasn't taught that. Don't wait until you've reached your ultimate goal to celebrate. Take time to acknowledge and celebrate the small wins along the way. That is huge for keeping you motivated and moving forward. So, I'm not trying to tell you that this isn't tricky. When you have so much going on in your life, you can feel flooded, and then everything in your life can start to feel even worse. And that is not easy to take action when that's happening, but it's essential if we want to get out of the place we're in and begin to move towards that life that we desire. By embracing imperfection and taking those small, consistent steps forward, we can unlock our potential and achieve those dreams that we have for ourselves, whatever they are. So let me ask you, what action will you take today to move closer to your goals? Just start thinking about that. Maybe your action is just thinking about what's getting in the way. Maybe your action is reframing how you look at your to-do lists, right? What small action can you take today? It's my hope that this information gets you thinking, at the very least, about that relationship you have with your to-do list, how you can begin to transform it for the better. And I also know that having a coach in your corner for accountability while you build up the change in your life is huge for progress. It was in mine. So if you're interested in learning about what I do, check out my website at lifecoachingwithcarissa.com. You can schedule a no obligation complimentary session so you can see what I'm all about and how I help moms take action in their lives, just like I have. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, will you click that like or subscribe button? That just helps me in my mission to reach more moms. I want to thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a couple weeks.